Alright, hey everybody, Texas Stroker here for Lance's Performance Shop and LoneStarMopars.com. This is kind of part 2. This is the actual product unboxing. My apologies about part 1. I'll title these and word it in the article so you'll know what you're looking at. But it's just real important to me. This is hopefully going to be a big hit with everybody. That's what I was telling the guys at Classic Dash, when I was pitching it to them. And I think it's going to be very well received. It's something that fills a void for a ton of us. It's reasonably priced, it looks awesome, and it's going to do the job. It'll keep people like myself from having to hack up one or more factory bezels, regardless of their condition. I know a lot of you, like me, pick up some that are basically something that would have been destined for the trash pile anyway. But these guys came through, with the help of everyone I mentioned. DKM69, YeahMate on DodgeCharger.com. Then Edward for coming in when I'd contacted them. He had the 3 pieces to send in. He got all the prototypes from them, test fit it, worked firsthand with them to kind of make sure everything was lined out. We're going to take a look now at a product I'm very excited to showcase to you. Again, I have seen virtually nothing on this thing, which is kind of mind-boggling to me, but very hard to fit in the frame. Let me see here. I'll try to get this down for you. I don't know if you can see. I think you can see that. Again, my apologies, it's just an awkward box, but part number MB192073, 68 to 70 B-body gauge panel. That CRB in, that's going to be carbon. Your other option is, of course, black. Now, I'm assuming if you bought direct from these guys, it would come in this box. Again, ClassicThunderRoad.com. I actually go to Classic Dash, but geez, this is really hard for me to showcase this to you. What I want to do, what, let me set this down. You'll have to wait a little bit, but I think it would be well worth it. Now, I've already got this thing, I've already got it unboxed. I was showing it off at cruise night this past week. Just to be a little bit dramatic, we're going to come in. That's what you're looking at right now. This is, of course, the back side. Not the greatest thing to look at, but you get an idea of the overall quality. This is very smooth. Again, I wish they'd have sent me, the information I request, kind of like their manufacturing process, anything special. But you'll note, it's basically a replica of the factory dash. The only thing, as I mentioned, you got your 2 3 3/8, and then where I wanted to do the 4 in a row on the 2/16 and have an option for the 5th, they just kind of structured it like this. Can't blame them at all. As somebody that's attempted to do this, that would be super easy. Fitting all 4 together and making it look presentable, not so much. Now the moment of truth. I mentioned that I was supposed to be sent the black one, kind of like as the prototype install, unboxing mule, if you will. In good faith, I went out and bought this one. Fittingly though, I like this carbon fiber one so much, I think I would actually have wound up installing it instead of the black. But moment of truth for you here. We're going to spin this thing around. This is just a beautiful piece in my opinion. This makes what I was trying to do and what so many of you are trying to do so easy. You literally buy this just like the GM and Ford people can, and the work is already done. It's finished out awesome, and you just put your gauges in, wire it up, bolt it in, and go. It has the factory screw holes here. You got the 1, 2, 3 in the middle, 4, and then 5 right there, kind of down below the eye column, if you will. Something that they did along the way, they put that red reflector in for your brake warning light. They got everything pre-cut for your rocker switch, dimmer switch, the switch here, and then of course your washer button. So it's all follows that format that I wanted. This is why I didn't want to take a piece of wood and throw wood grain over it, or just get like a sheet of aluminum and then paint it black. The carbon fiber, I've always liked it, but I've never felt like I've been a big fan of carbon fiber. It wasn't anything I considered putting on any of my cars, even late models. And it has grown on me the past couple of years. When I got this thing in, I really like it. I kind of started picturing things if I had just a black piece for which I wish I had. I was going to showcase them side by side. Some of you may hate this and you would absolutely love the black one, and you'd say, hey, I can paint that black one to go with my custom interior colors, etc. That was my initial goal, but I mean, I've just waited and waited. I'm to the point I want this thing in my car, so that's what we're gonna do. But again, 2, 3, and 3/8, that's for your tack speedo. You can change the orientation, whatever you need to do. And then 3, 2, and 1/16, all the factory cutouts, factory mounting points. The only things that you'll know that are missing, basically your turn signal indicators, and then your high beam indicator. So that's something you can either drill yourself. You can put a little column, like a billet bar you could drill out, put some LEDs in below the dash. You could, you know, put a magnet on this and put it there, whatever you want to do. But I mean, what I'll probably wind up doing is drilling this, sadly. Kind of wish they had done that from the factory, but having not gotten that literature from them, I would assume their logic was some people would prefer the clean look as is, and then without them pre-drilling, anyone can come in and position them where you want them. If you wanted to move everything down to this area, you can do that. But that is going to make things so easy for everyone. Again, $279.95 is their price. You can catch this Classic Industries. That's about the only other place I know that carries their stuff, but of course they have sales all the time. Watch out for the freight with Classic though. Other thing in the box, as I mentioned, they made this one piece. I don't think I would have done that personally, but it's essentially the radio plate and then, you know, the piece above the glove box. So let me try to find where the tape is. This was pretty well packaged, by the way. It's just I can't really show the box to you, so you know, this will be my first time to actually have this bad boy out, so I'm excited to see it. Looks pretty good. There's like a couple of smudges there on the carbon. I'm not quite sure what's up with that, but if you run a single DIN radio, you can cut that out. I'm planning on building a custom center console, so I'm just going to keep that as is. I've debated like putting a charger emblem in. I don't know what I'll do, but if you're going aftermarket gauges, none of this stuff's a big deal to you. If you're a purist, you know, you might be cringing right now, but be happy because this is brand new, you know, aftermarket stuff. It's nothing that involves stocked pieces. I guess Edwards donor pieces kind of had to go towards this creation, but that was one set, and now everyone can stop hacking up factory bezels and just purchase this. So backside, very nice, very smooth, no rough edges that you can see. You can kind of see like the parting lines there, I guess, but overall looks awesome. Again, this is carbon fiber. I really wish that I had the black to showcase to you. That way, I know a lot of you, I was like this for years, as I mentioned, but you might hate carbon fiber. I have to say this, I fell into that same group, but after seeing this, I don't know that I could picture the solid black one in my car. This, to me, kind of takes the place of having, you know, the black and the, you know, chrome plating and everything. The rocker switches will kind of liven it up a little bit, but I think it's really going to pop, look good, and I have some other plans now to tie in carbon fiber to the car. But this is it. Let me get the part number again. From Classic Dash, Thunder Road, whatever you need to call them, the part number for this particular one, MB 192073. This is a 68 to 70 B-body gauge panel. This one's done up in carbon fiber. Part one of the video, I don't really know that anyone much needs to watch that unless you're like wondering how this came to be. This was essentially the unboxing and overview of the product, which is what 99% of you care about. But I know I'm not the only one that wanted to run, you know, aftermarket gauges, but keep the character of the factory dash. It's one of the best looking dashes I've ever seen to date. That includes all the classics, old school, late models, everything I have personally seen. This basically, I mean, it looks like you're in a cockpit of a fighter plane, and that's something that's always appealed to myself and I think a lot of other Charger owners. But you've got the rocker switches, kind of keep that old school look. You'll get the modern internals, you'll have your modern gauges, you can tweak them, your color schemes, whatever you want to do. And if you get tired of, say you have autometer cobalts and you get sick of it, you can go in and you can switch out to Stewart Warners. You can go with the Lunar series. You can put the Mopar performance gauges in. There's just all kinds of options for you with this piece, and like I said, I think it's going to go over very well. I can't remember when I mentioned this on DodgeCharger.com. I think it was back in 2011 maybe. Might have been 2012, but I basically told everybody I had something in the works and I thought everyone would like it and I would come back with it for them. This is what I was working on. Again, I'm that person, I never really give up on stuff. I just keep throwing it out there. I still, like I mentioned in the other video, a couple times a year I come across somebody that I think might make a charger grill and I throw it out there. 99% of the time you don't hear back or you get rejected, but you know, what harm is there in asking, because sometimes something really cool happens, that being the case here with what you see from Classic Dash. But like I said, DKM69, YeahMate, those guys kind of did a really nice job with the factory bezels. That is extremely hard to do. I've seen so many like hack jobs, you know, wood, metal drilled out, stuff like I could do, you could do, anyone can basically do it if you've got a hole saw. It just doesn't really do the car justice. This is something you can save your time, spend just slightly more than you would on the materials and get something really nice that's going to work and look good for years to come, be a conversation piece. Classic Dash, again, many thanks to them. Wish I had the black one to show you. I wish I kind of had like their insights on the product or something in hand so I could like better describe it to you, do them justice. But I think in this case the product speaks for itself. They tried to stay true, I believe, to the factory bezel. It looks great, and like I said, I know some of you cringe at this stuff, wouldn't want it to be, you know, two cars next to you. But for the people, you know, whether you're going resto mod, whether maybe you daily drive your charger and you're at the point where you just want, you know, to switch over from the amps to volts, you want a functional fuel gauge, something new and fresh, this gives you an option to do that. You can keep all your factory stuff tucked away, sealed up. You can actually put it in this box that it comes shipped to you, and you're home free. I think that makes everyone happy. No more hacking up panels like I've done to try to get to this point. No more homebrew stuff like I was starting to do here, you know, I'm going to glass it. This is a viable alternative for everyone. It looks awesome. Again, big thanks to Classic Dash for working on this. Many thanks to Edward for sacrificing his 3 donor pieces for the benefit of everyone else. And like I said, for those that are into this type of thing, I think you will be very, very pleased. This is extremely high quality stuff. Right now, I mean, I haven't personally installed it. I've seen what Edward did. It looked awesome. As long as this fits pretty easy, I will have virtually nothing bad to say. That said, speaking of fitment, I am going to do that probably fairly soon. I've kind of got the console out of the car, working on some other stuff, but when I do that, I will go ahead, I will document it. I'll kind of showcase how I wire things, everything like that, show you the finished product. But this is something that looks so good on the bench, I think most of you can visualize what this would look like, you know, in your personal car. So 6870 B-body people, rejoice. You've got something that is actually functional, aesthetically appealing, and reasonably priced thanks to Classic Dash. So be sure, video description or the article, wherever you're seeing this, I'll have links back, of course, to Classic Dash and this product. You can pick carbon fiber or black. LoneStarMopars.com. I'll link to Edwards, sweet Pro Street charger, if you will. And then I will take you all the way back in a time machine to 2006 on DodgeCharger.com. Again, I run my own sites and forums, but I have to say repeatedly, DodgeCharger.com remains my personal favorite. People always willing to help. There's somebody that'll go out of their way to give you a hand. Even if they're halfway across the country. That's where most of these bezels came from. I think Louisiana. I believe that was Travis. So thanks to you for selling me bezels, knowing that I was probably going to drill holes and not get what I wanted out of them. But like I said, that's a great site. Check that thread out. Then you can kind of track the lineage for yourself. If you don't want to read or you just want to hear me ramble on about it, you can check out part 1. Or however I wind up wording the videos. You can kind of see how we went from the factory bezel to me screwing stuff up to me making wood, products, to contacting people out of desperation, to finding people willing to send in donor pieces, and ultimately everyone can have access to this now. So very cool. And again, I think this is going to be right at home in many 68 to 70B bodies. So this is one of those things, my own free will probably wouldn't happen, but thanks to the community of Mopar people, this is something I'm glad to see come to the table, and I think it's going to look good in a lot of cars. Next time, if I ever get to make it out to Mopars at the Strip again, instead of seeing like the 1986 hardwood special with the cutouts for your aftermarket gauges, probably going to see several of these, and that's going to be pretty cool. So again, hopefully everyone likes this. I tried to showcase this as best I could. Wish I had the black one for you. If they ever do send that one in, I'll put these two side by side unless this one's installed. But like I said, check back. I will have an install article and video for you, and more importantly, you'll get to see what it looks like in the car. But super nice quality. I think Classic did a great job on this. JJ's who I spoke with the entire time. Again, can't thank them enough for taking this on, and like I said, more importantly, actually bringing it to fruition, bringing it to market. They didn't do it with like a group order of 500 guaranteed or something. They said, you know, hey, I think we could sell these, let's go ahead and do it, and I think they did a great job with it. So again, thanks to everyone involved in this thing. It's going to be awesome. It's pretty much almost exactly what I was looking for, and more importantly, it's going to look good in a lot of cars. So make sure you are subscribed to Lone Star Mopars here on YouTube. That way you can see similar videos to this all the time. Check out the forum, LoneStarMopars.com/forum. Register there. Everything we do is free. You can post up if you're doing something like this aftermarket. We want to see your car. If it's cool enough, you provide enough information, I will feature it on LoneStarMopars.com. For anyone else Dodge Charger oriented, again, I'd love to sell you on my own site, but DodgeCharger.com is a place to be. Again, can't say enough about the people there. But that is that. Classic Dash, thank you. Thanks, you know, back to 2006. DKM 69, YeahMate, Old Car Nut, Edward, everybody along the way. This stuff turned out awesome, and I hope everyone enjoys it. So I'll leave it at that, and if you pick one of these up, be sure to let me know in the comments section or post it up on LSM, and we'll try to get a thread going, maybe some different gauge styles and everything. We'll archive that, and then people can come in and kind of get a feel for what different lines, Autometer, ES, GS, Cobalt, whatever it may be, Mopar Performance. Post up your pictures in the thread, and we'll go ahead, and that way people can kind of preview what it would look like in their car with the gauge of their choice. I think that'll help everyone out. So as always, thanks for watching, and we will catch you back here next time.